I dimly remember a time when the subject of keeping a house warm would have left me cold. In a previous existence, my brother-in-law would visit in the depths of winter and complain about how chilly the place was. The problem was not our thermostat, however, but that he chose to sit in a bay window overlooking the Firth of Forth, through which the wind would find him in his short-sleeved shirt. Here in the heart of the Borders, I look back on that flat with nostalgia. Aside from the occasional draught which we could dodge by retreating to the back room, it was wonderfully toasty. This was in large part thanks to generous neighbours above and below whose central heating kept us permanently cocooned. In the country, as I quickly learned, in winter there are two main subjects of conversation, weather and warmth, but the greater of these is warmth. Hoolet, like many villages around here, has no gas supply, so central heating runs either by electricity or oil. The topic of electricity bills leads to much sucking in of breath, although there was one couple whose house somehow escaped the notice of the electricity board. Only when they sold up and the new owners found they weren't being charged did it become clear why there had always been such a blazing array of Christmas lights in this particular garden. Rumor has it that, years earlier, a woman in this area greased a palm and had her meter diverted to a lamp post. It took a while before the extraordinarily high reading was finally noticed and an investigation began. Soon she was tracked down, along with her cannabis plants. The day is approaching when we'll all have to switch to renewables, but in the meantime our radiators drink oil. Every few days I check the gauge on the tank in the garden, half closing my eyes as I pull out the pin and watch it drop 1 inch, then 2. Since it can take over a week between ordering and getting a refill, you have to estimate how long it will last. If nothing else, becoming aware of every drop of oil you use does mean that, while it's the least environmentally friendly of fuels, it is never squandered. One friend is so thrifty her grandchildren have renamed her house the Baltic. Long before, and after, they became fashionable, everyone around here wears a gilet. People only come to their doors in a t-shirt if they've been interrupted in the process of layering. I was watching a western the other night and saw a tobacco-spitting rancher on his porch, rifle under his stained armpit. What caught my attention was his long johns, the sort that reach from ankle to chin to wrist, with buttons down the front. They're exactly what I need. Other than the relief of seeing the orange lights of the oil tanker arriving in the pitch black of a winter's morning, there is nothing interesting about oil. Our other source of heat, however, is wood-burning stove. For more on this story, visit the news article link.